Hello everyone, my name is Haji Francis and today we're going to look at a few functionalities of the Jira software. So let's go. So as soon as you log in, you're going to see a dashboard of your project, and I've actually configured a few sample projects on the left here, and as well as you have your menu screen on the top, and I'll show you how the look and feel of the software was changed. So the first thing you want to do is log into your system here and put in your password. Once you get into this screen, and this is where all the administration options are for the Jira software. So this is where you would change your look and feel of the software. So if you go here, depending on how you want to change it, you could change the colors and logos and things like that. That's what's done over here. So once this is done, you want to go into project roles and see what are all the roles that you want to create or use within your project. So if you want to add any project roles, this is where you would add them. And once this is done, then you'd want to go into user management and set up users that are part of your project and give access for them to work on these projects together. So if you notice here, there's always this drop access option. So if you want to get rid of that, you have to change the config files, and we're not going to do that today, but that's what it is. And you'd want to go into the add-ons menu here. So this is where all the add-ons for Jira is available. So depending on your need, you could pick and actually configure the add-on as well. So the issue stuff, this is where you would set up if you want to add an issue type. So these are all the default issue types, but if you want to add any, you could always add them over here. So I'm not going to do that, but for this sample project, I've just used these two issue types for all my projects. So once you go into the project screen, this is where all the projects are, and we'll look at each one of them further in detail. So the application sections is where all the licenses and all that is listed. So you want to click here and go into the dashboard screen, and the first thing we're going to look at is how to delete issues, if any. So what happened here is I've created a bunch of projects. So if I go here, that's the project. So first thing I want to do is when you click create project, these are all the options available to you. So I've used actually this Scrum software development, which is agile, but you also have the option of doing a service desk or project management or task process management. Depending on what need you have, you could pick and select the project. So these are all the options available, but for my sample, it's all agile development. So these are all the issues within the project, right? So you'd want to go into the backlog screen here. So I've actually set up sprints within this project. So what I want to do is, this is already set up. I'm going to actually delete these issues. Like, you would probably have a lot, hundreds, or I don't know how many number of projects or hundreds of issues, but what I would want to do is I would want to go into the issue screen here. I'm going to delete all the issues that have been loaded into this project, and then we're going to re-upload them. So that's what's happening right now. So I would want to go into search for issues. So this is where the JQL comes. There's a Jira query language, which is pretty straightforward. So what you would want to do is go in here and select project equals SPT. So once I type that, so that's the project that I want to pick, and I want to select all the issues that are part of this project. So once I click enter, so these are all the features within this project, or issues within this project. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to delete all of them, and then we're going to see how to import these same issues from a CSV file. So that's what we're going to do. So I want to prioritize this, and once you have all these options selected, you'd want to click tools and click bulk change. So pick all the options here again, click next, and delete issues. Click next and click next again, confirm. So now all your issues within that project is being deleted, and now we're going to see how to import that back again. So you acknowledge this over here. So now if you go into this project, there's no issues here, the sprints are empty, and now we're going to see how to import from a CSV file. So let's go over here, going back into the system. You want to go into external system import. So there's tons of options on how to import files, but we're going to use CSV. So you want to go and pick the CSV file, choose that, and click next, and you'd want to pick the project that you want to import into. So we're going to pick this one, that's where we deleted it out of. So we're going to pick that and click next. Now here you have to assign it, so the CSV file has fields, you'd want to map that field into the Jira field as well. So you want to go here and pick the right field. So this is an assignee, and description, there's the description, issue type. You could also create your customized CSV file based on all the options available here. So if you take the drop down here, see all these options, you could pull any one of these fields into Jira. If you track it on Excel, you could pull it into Jira as well. These are all the field characters available within Jira. So there's the issue ID. Where is that? Right here. Priority. Let's see the priority. Where's that? There it is. Reporter. There's a reporter. And there's the summary. There's the summary section. There it is. Okay, so now we've mapped all the assignee, description, issue type, ID, priority, reporter, and summary. So once this mapping is done, you click next and you click begin import. So now see, one project has been updated, 9 issues imported successfully. So what now? So now you go into the project and click this. So you have all these features that are going to be part of your sprint. Let's look at this Agile Scrum project now. So once the import is done, you would go in and want to set up the sprint screen. So let's look at another project where I've actually already configured the sprint. So there's sprint 1 with feature 1, 2, and 3, and then there's sprint 2 with feature 4, 5, and 6, and sprint 3 with 7, 8, and 9. So what has happened here is we've actually, if you go into the backlog here and click one of these, this is the status is done. So when you have a status is done, there's a strike through. So these 3 features have already been done in sprint 1. It's actually generally a couple of weeks, 2 weeks timeline, and then this is actually marked as done. And this one, if you look at it, it's in progress. So the sprint 2 between this date and this date is in progress, and then the sprint 3 is actually to do. And if you go into the dashboard of this project over here, you could see that there's 2 users assigned to it. User 2 has about 66%, user 1 33, and so there's the dashboard here, Agile. So what happens here is, so the project, the sprint 1 has 3 features, so they're all marked done here, and then this is assigned to project user 1, so that's his space here, and the project user 2 has 6 issues to deal with, actually 3 and 3, 6 features to deal with, and 3 of them are in progress, and then 3 of them are in their to-do list. So that's what we have here. So how to configure the dashboard? It's actually, you'd go here and click manage dashboards, and you'd want to create a new dashboard. So you'd name it your project name or whatever you want. You could name that over here. Click at okay, let's create one here. Test dashboard blank, and click add. right? So now when you go into dashboards, there's this test option here. It's empty right now. So you'd want to add gadgets to it. Load all gadgets. Click add gadget, that one. And double chart, add it. Click this add. So what happens here is you select the project that you want to display on your dashboard. So we don't have anything configured for test, so I'm just going to use the agile one. So I pick the project and update every minute, save that, and then similarly I would want to pick the project over here, save that. You can move these around as well, and yeah, ASP board, save it. So there we have a quick dashboard. So let's have a look at JQL, just one query in JQL. So you have a list of issues within a project. There's so many of them, so you'd want to pick a certain portion of a project. So what you would do is build JQL queries. So you pick project equals, pick your project, and then add in a keyword to connect your query, and let's say with priority equals highest. So when you click that, the software narrows it down to features with the highest priority, and the status is done. So this is how you use the JQL query to maneuver through your project, through the issues and things like that. So the next thing we would look at is Git. It's actually an add-on that you have to configure. So add-ons are over here. If you remember, once we go over here, add-ons are here. You put in your admin password and manage add-ons, and there we have Git integration, right? So this is actually on trial. So once you have Git is actually a version control, so any software changes or code changes that you do and you commit those changes, that can be tracked within Jira as well. So if you go to one of these repositories, let's click browse. So this is actually a repository in Git, and if you want to see what changes have been made, so for these files, if you look at commits, so there's a lot of people contributing to this code. You could actually connect to Git and see what are all the commits that have been made, and then connect them to your issues and update them back and forth, so on. So that's actually a useful add-on, and depending on your project. So these are all the options available here. So let's look through these dashboards over here. This is how you create dashboard. You create projects, you do agile development, and then you do sprints, you delete issues, you upload information from your project, you do various things within here. So import issues from CSV. So if you click that, then that's what we did earlier. So importing things from the CSV files. Thank you for watching and have a great day. Bye bye.